a little
You want some music?
Yeah. Oh.
Can you hear that, Morgan? Probably not, right? Oh, you can hear it.
Oh, what a long road it's been, but we're back on it, and my feet are tired. Can I sit down yet? It's Truly Rotten Potatoes with, it's Mitch here, right next to Hayden Quinn.
What's up, y'all?
Damn. And Declan Shrub.
Declan Shrub's here, bringing the energy, making up for Hayden Quinn.
And I'm going to be bringing it back down.
And yet again, we could not get Morgan onto the call, but we do have a guest.
One of our biggest guests, actually.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest heads. It's Bruce Willis's head.
Bruce Willis, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast about movies. Bruce, what have you been up to?
Hey guys, it's been a real pleasure to be here, and thanks for inviting me on the pod. Bit of a tricky couple of months for me, to be honest.
Okay, and sure, could you please expand on that? Why has it been so tricky, Bruce? has something been going awry?
You could say that, boys. Yeah. I've acquired a form of aphasia which has affected my speech, and now I'm only able to talk in this thick Australian accent and thick Australian aphorisms thrown in for good measure.
Cool. Okay. So Bruce, where are you at the moment? You're I understand you're not at home in the Hollywood Hills, but you've taken a little bit of a vacation. Where are you?
Up north. Went up north.
And I hear you had a bit of a run-in with someone on the plane on the way up there.
That's right, I did. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's about as much as your assistant gave me.
It's good that no one has any idea where this is going. That's my favorite part of this.
I haven't been keeping up with my own current affairs, apart from the
was fact that something about a flight attendant? Thought you were a different movie star, and it was sort of it was a bit of a funny, just a funny story for the podcast listeners.
Yes, they mistook me for Angelina Jolie.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bruce Willis, it's so good to have him on the show. And can you, Angelina Jolie, did you say?
What's she like, guys?
Tall.
She's tall.
Yes.
She's elegant.
Yes.
She's the opposite of me. But
yes.
I mean, maybe we should mention why it is that you invited me onto this podcast today. What's the link?
Well, I believe it was a little film called Brutal Extraction. No. Precious Cargo.
Yes.
Sorry, those two are really going back and forth in my head because this is a Bruce Willis movie. One of the first we've done on the show, which is shocking because there is about 1,000 movies with the exact same poster and the vaguest titles, and this is one of them.
And for anyone tuning in for the first time, you're listening to Truly Rotten Potatoes, Australia's toughest, hardest movie podcast, where we talk about all the movies that have 0% critic ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. And this week, we are talking about Precious Cargo from 2016.
And Bruce, I hear you're a bit of a fan of podcasts, aren't you? I hear that you've been listening to one in particular lately. And you had a bit of a misunderstanding when you were listening to a podcast recently. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
When you guys gave my assistant the call to come on the dreadful movie club gang podcast.
Yes, that's us.
She said, Bruce, get in here. I've got something for you. I know you love listening to the podcasts. I know you love being in the movies. What would you say if we got you on a podcast about your favourite movie that you've ever starred in?
That's right.
And I said, yes, please. I'd love to be on a podcast about Die Hard 4. No, I'm just joking,
very
guys.
good.
I'm just joking.
And then she mistook you for
Kate Blanchett. Always this misgendering thing with me. I don't know.
Well, don't worry, Bruce. We're not going to mistake you for anyone. We've got you on the podcast. We're here to talk about the film you were in called Cargo Pants. The
Precious Cargo Pants.
The best cargo pants. And really, we've just finished watching it, us three. I know, Bruce, you've just watched through it as well to refresh your memory. of your starring role in the film?
Don't say the word memory around Bruce.
Oh.
He's got a form of aphasia.
That was the funny story. Sorry, I thought that was a joke. I was setting you up, Bruce, to talk about how you've got something wrong with your brain. But I thought that...
Yeah,
I thought it was,
we
like,
covered that.
we
Covered that.
did.
It's affected
Oh,
my
good.
ability to speak in my original accent. Now, that's why I talk like this now.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered, okay.
Asked
Yeah.
and answered. But look, guys, I love this film. I've always wanted to be in a comedy, and finally I've had my dream. I've had my dream presented to me on a silver platter. So thanks, guys. I believe you had some hand in this movie in some way or another.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Bogtrotter, they're all Bruces. Any relation?
Funny, very funny story.
Cool.
No.
Cool. All right. So the film is called Cargo Pants. It's a great film about it's a heist film, really, an action film. Mm-hmm. Declan, how does this film kick off?
This film kicks off in what we thought for about an hour was the city of Miami or somewhere in Florida, but it turned out to be Mississippi. And we've got who's the main guy in it, Mitch? Someone from Saved by the Bell?
Paul Mark Gosselaar.
Gosselaar?
Yeah, so he's from Saved by the Bell. I think he did some cop shows in the early 2000s, did NYPD Blue with Jimmy Smits. And yeah, he has the energy of someone who was very famous as a teenager and doesn't really have to try that hard in life.
Yeah, we said he's got a bit of Chris Pratt in him. He's got a bit of the billionaire guy Russ Hannanen from Silicon Valley in him. He's got a little bit of James Van Der Beek in him, but he's not quite like movie star level. He's, I guess, someone that grew up being on TV.
Some nights when I'm drifting off to this flick, I think he actually has a likeness to Arnie in a couple of shots. I don't know if you saw that as well, but I thought Arnie
DeFranco?
DeFranco.
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer?
Arnold Bogtrotter?
Any relation?
Schwarzenegger, thank you. Sorry, I forgot to introduce my brother. He's here as well. Patrick? No, all right, no, he's done.
It's a shame. I wanted to get to know.
Angela Jolie lookalike with fake lubra lips, the main lady in the show.
I didn't like her. She was creepy.
Well, when they came to us and they sort of pitched it, they thought, what's going to be good? What's going to be good is somebody who's sort of aged out of the whole action thing. And I love action. I love a bit of action I love it. But put one of these blokes in there, your Arnies, your bloody Bruces, one of these guys, and fill the rest of the cast with sort of C to D grade models that have never had an acting job in their life. And I think that's what you guys have just sort of come upon there, that the lead actor is a bit of a kind of a nobody, but an everyman at the same time.
And he does a really good job. I liked him. I thought he was funny. I thought he was fast. None of these non-funny slow people.
Super quick.
Yeah, he was quick off the mark.
One of the quickest actors I've ever seen.
Some people are a little too slow to act in movies, but he was always, right out of the gates. And the movie kicks off with him, and he's doing an arms deal. And he's selling $150,000 worth of weapons to someone, some gangster type people on, I guess, like a small jetty, a pier in Mississippi. And these gangsters show up, and they're speaking Spanish, and they're being rude to him. And then he speaks Spanish back as if to say, hey, by the way, I speak Spanish so I can understand what you're saying. And I think he says something like, I'll finish doing your mum, and by the way, I speak Spanish.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those kind of
something
things.
like this.
And then it turns out that this deal they've got is, I'm going to sell you $150,000 worth of guns. And they go, okay, cool. We've brought $45,000 in cash. And then he starts saying, whoa, that's not the deal. And then they go, this is the deal, and we're the gangsters, and we choose what the deal is. And then he goes, well, how about I sell you only $45,000 worth of the guns? And then they say, how about we shoot you? And they do shoot him in the chest.
Yeah, what was going on here? Because it seemed like he got shot a couple times, but no impact, no effect. What was going on there?
Yes. He fell to the ground, and then he takes another shot to the head. But in both of these times, there is the conspicuous absentee blood that normally follows such a shooting.
May I say, this was the moment in the movie where I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't do any research because there's about some kind of like unstoppable smart aleck piece of shit who's just going to keep on getting shot and keep on getting up and being like, oh, fuck your mother.
Yeah.
But no,
This
apparently.
is what I thought as well. Yeah, I was excited for that.
I've been watching The Boys and they're all superheroes and they get shot in that and the bullet just bounces off them. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're in for some sort of super soldier serum.
I love The Boys. Can I just say, action-packed. Love it.
What? I thought you were in a movie called The Kid. Is maybe that what you're getting confused with?
The one about the wayward child who sort of comes into my custody for no apparent reason, and I have to look up. Yeah, bit of a Big Daddy spin-off.
And I believe there's the twist at the end of The Kid is that Bruce Willis is the kid.
Yeah,
Like in a.
I remember this
Sees
one.
dead people.
Yeah.
Sees dead people. Yeah.
No. He
Spencer-
sees
Spencer
himself
Breslin.
as a child.
Yeah.
basically.
I think, is that the one where he's like a baseball player?
Yep.
Probably.
Is
Yep.
this? Yeah, or is
Yep,
that the
I've done
rookie?
it all. I've done it all, boys. I've done it all. I've seen dead people.
Yeah,
I've raised baseball players from the dead. All of it.
Okay, so anyway, back to Precious Cargo. They have this arms deal goes wrong. He gets shot, but oh my god, there's no bullets in the gun or something, which doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it turns out that it was a bit of a stick up, and then he kills all the gangsters, and I guess takes their money. And he had some people on the inside. He has a sniper girl that's kind of like a Daria, played by a model who speaks in a monotone. And then he's also got another guy who's a friend of his who like switched out the bullets with blanks or something. So
Yeah.
that's how he survived. And there's no superhero-ness to it at all. And that's not the first time in this movie where someone gets shot at from a range that should kill them and does not get hit by a bullet.
Certainly isn't.
But that is the only time that it's
I would
explicitly
say-
explained why not. Every other time they just happen to miss.
I would say a good 60% of this film was people shooting recklessly, sort of in the general direction of someone they're trying to shoot, and the bullet never making contact. There was a lot of just fucking shooting, and it was not. I'm all respect to you, Bruce. Given
And the Second Amendment of the United States
especially
Constitution.
the Second Amendment, and I don't want to, you know,
I appreciate that.
good. But yeah, there was a lot of shooting and a lot of nothing happening.
That's the best type of shooting, though. I want to see shooting that doesn't hurt anyone.
That's true. Especially after the year we've had in the States. You know what I mean?
Basically,
Now, Bruce, your assistant said that you've got a bit of a funny story about a school shooting that took place
Okay.
recently.
Okay.
Care to fill us in on
let
that?
me take you back. 1996. Doom is very big with the kids. And I think
Yes.
it's starting to warp a few of the younger minds out there, a few of the sort of antisocial characters that
How's
you
that,
might not
Bruce?
see. But look, I'll just say that, you know, all said and done, 20 less kids to worry about. We'll leave it at that.
And as a father, I can definitely relate to wanting my kids dead.
Can't we all? But look, I mean, if we could just go back to the shooting for a second, I would just say
Yes.
that on these sort of sets where it is very much, can we have one old dude who loves action films and just fill the rest of the cast with young C to D grade models who have never acted in a role in their life? Often you have to give them a little bit of guidance. You know, you have to steer the ship starboard, steer the ship right, as it were. And, and I think that it was when the Daria type character was looking down the scope of the gun for the first time. I said, no, back off 8 inches, and please close the eye that would be looking down the scope, because you're gonna have a better shot at it. That's what they told us to do in Die Hard, which I ignored at that time, but I can see now why it wasn't the success it should have been.
You know, Bruce, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but Die Hard, Hanukkah movie?
Look, I mean, that's up for debate. I mean, you could say that about A Christmas Carol. You could say that about Die Hard. But let's move on. I mean, because that's just a little bit too political. Can we go back to Columbine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we talk about that a little bit more?
Where were you? Because I remember where I was when you found out there were less kids in the world.
I was actually...
And how did that feel?
I was watching I was watching highlights of the OJ trial. So I remember where I was that day that the Columbine shooting took place. I was actually watching YouTube, watching a lot of OJ highlights.
Yes,
So,
YouTube classically available in 1996.
but I don't remember where I was when the original OJ trial took place.
A lot of people think the Columbine massacre was a tragedy, but I have an alternate viewpoint. I think it was a very lucky day because they actually wanted to explode the whole cafeteria floor and crush like 1,000 kids, but the bomb didn't go off, so they ended up having to shoot people, and I think they only got like maybe 20 people. So that's bad, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
is that true?
I think they are bad. I think school shootings are bad, Declan.
Oh, no one's saying that they're good, and no one's saying that the death of children is good. I just think, in hindsight, it is.
Yeah, and I mean that whole thing about the Second Amendment, that you mentioned that before as well. I mean that's really what all of those bullets that were going astray and were sort of going through the trucks in this film, Cargo Unlimited.
Bullets, yes.
Yeah.
That the reason they don't hit so many people is we're trying to make the point that guns aren't really as bad as they say they are. They don't really hurt people. Well, thank you, Patrick. Thank you. I mean, this is obviously sort of something that has been held in our family value system.
Sisterhood.
There you go. So he gets it. I mean, he was a co-writer on this, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's been well documented that the Willis family grow up, instead of a Christmas tree, they had a cannon. It was aimed at the local school field, just to remind everyone what the Willies can do.
When there's a Willis, there's a Wayus.
Just thinking the same thing,
What you talking
Declan.
about, Willis?
Just thinking the same thing. You're on it. You're on it tonight, boys.
All right, so
Dude, I don't know if I can continue explaining what happens in this movie.
yeah,
I think we're only in the first scene, so there's a lot to do.
Well, it's 90 minutes, and I mean the shooting scenes are usually about 10 minutes.
You blokes want to talk about
And
the
there's
chess
not
game.
much to
You want to talk
explain
about the
there.
chess game analogy.
Oh, the chess game.
Oh, that was really bad. We should explain. Bruce Willis plays kind of like a gang leader in this, and obviously runs up against our lead character, who is James Van Der Beek / Chris Pratt /
Saved by the Bellboy.
yeah, saved by the Bellboy.
Call him Savvy Boy. Bellboy.
Bellboy works.
Why don't we call him Crisp Rat?
So the thing about Bellboy is he's got a young girl that is his friend and sniper, and they do crimes together and schemes and such. And he has an ex-girlfriend who is called Karen. And Karen,
She's always yelling at staff at the restaurants
Yeah.
and demanding better service.
So our friend Daria, who's kind of like the annoying teenage girl in this, she's going like, oh, why do you even have this photo of you and your ex? Don't you have a new girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, I'm totally over my ex now. I'm dating this vet, and the way that I see her is I bring a dog that isn't mine to the vet because I don't own a dog, and I make sure the dog gets treated, and I use that opportunity to kind of flirt with this vet. And that's been happening for a couple of weeks, but they haven't really become serious. They do get serious early in this movie, and they are having what I perceive to be sexual intercourse, heterosexually, when who shows up but Karen the ex walks straight into the house, and she's got a pregnant belly, and she opens up the door right as our leads are about to have coitus, and she says, hey, the baby's yours, you should have worn a condom, I'll treat myself to the food you guys are cooking and let you continue to make love. And then she does. She eats all their cake, she eats their pasta, and long story short, like an hour later we find out that she doesn't have a baby, she just had some diamonds hidden on her stomach for some reason.
We do find that out.
And we find that out when Bruce Willis shoots the baby from point blank range.
Guilty.
And we all
And it's
think
just jewels.
we think it's death, but it's diamonds.
And I'm thinking finally something that relates back to, Columbine at last.
Finally something we can laugh at.
And I'm thinking, I must have skipped that sex ed lesson where we learned that babies are full of diamonds.
I mean, that's what I go for. That's sort of my thing.
What?
It's like a fetish.
Oh. Babies are diamonds. That's
Bruce Willis is a bad guy. We put a timer on every time he showed up in this movie because we suspected that although he's second billed, that he probably wouldn't be in the movie that much. And we were correct. We had a bet going about whether he would hit 10 minutes. He hit 13 minutes of screen time. So congrats to Bruce Willis.
Look, I mean, I didn't think about it too much when I was on set, but I guess in retrospect, I was not in any scenes with any other actors, and it was all of my scenes were sort of conveniently shot in one hotel room for the duration of the film. I mean, it just worked out
about
that way.
90%. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes where you actually interact with more than one person at a time and you're not in a hotel, but a lot of it is people talking to you in a hotel, and your shots are all in close-up that were just added in later, and you can see that there's some good ADR going in to finish some lines and that kind of stuff. But you know what? Bruce Willis, he did the thing in this movie. He did what he does. I mean, was he phoning it in? Or was he rocking his bald cap?
I was phoning it. 80% of my scenes were just me talking on a phone.
But they did make you actually shoot those on camera as well. I was expecting there to be a lot more just your voice, but they always showed you talking on the phone.
There was a couple. There was a couple of lines.
No, that was a stipulation in my contract was that I had to have a few lines. And the second thing was the poster design had to have my head sort of morphing in at the top into the shoulder of the man who was playing the protagonist shooting a gun, so that we're kind of inseparable, suggesting maybe that we have some integral link as characters. Didn't explore that in the movie at all, but the poster tells the story, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So long story short, when our man gets kind of hooks back up with Karen, his ex, not physically, but she basically says, like, I know we've had a bad relationship. They get chased by some people. They go on a little boat race. They get on some speedboats and people are shooting at them and stuff. And then eventually she's like, hey, there's a big score that I can kind of make amends to you. We can get a lot of money if we hijack this armored truck. And so they do so, and it turns out, I guess, that armored truck must belong to Bruce Willis.
Well, Bruce Willis has told Karen about it, and she leaks the information to this ragtag group of, blank gun filling motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Ooh, we better get that armored van." And
in fact, we find out who told Karen about it, and it was a guy who's just in one scene, and that's the immortal chess scene. So we cut to Bruce Willis in his hotel cabana, and he's doing one of those like gangster boss metaphorical speeches where he's like, but he's mixing chess and poker. He keeps jumping back between, like, poker's a good game because there's thought behind it. You got to make your choices.
And then he says
chess,
something like,
the pawn
chess
can
is
only
better because there's pawns in it.
The pawn can only move forward, but he can move diagonally when he's killing his opponent. And you're like, I know what you're trying to do, but you're really just explaining the very basics of chess, which is not an interesting scene. And I was pitching to Hayden that there should be shots like this in movies, scenes like this in kind of gangster movies, but the game is like snakes and ladders, and you're trying to get all serious, and you're like, you see, the thing about life is when there's a ladder, you can get a leg up on your opponent. But if you see a snake, you slide
come back. I haven't got to the snakes yet. Check this out. This is going to blow your mind.
Better yet, Frogger. Frogger would have done just the same job.
Mousetrap.
Crossing the road. And then there's a part where the guy goes like, Bruce Willis is like, so you know what I'm going to do to you now? Because he leaked all the information to this girl. And he goes like, you're going to kill me? And he just keeps saying like, I am... Yeah. I'm going to, but like eventually.
Still 40 minutes left in the film.
Yeah. And I still got a lot of chess rules to go over before we get on with the murders.
To fire in the wrong direction.
Anyway, they do the armored car heist. There's a small section where they have to get their team together.
Yeah. Probably one of the strongest parts of the movie is just getting the ragtag team together. Because, I mean, one thing we haven't mentioned is that every character is angry or aggressive. Very aggressive. It's a very aggressive movie.
They all have a lot of sass and attitude.
Everyone's always saying "fuck you."
Yeah, and there's a lot of like
all of
a
their
guy
female
character gets
counterparts
introduced.
are upset at them.
Sorry, Morgan, what was that? I mean, Bruce.
Brucey.
Sorry, what'd you call me?
Oh,
I said
What?
sorry.
What did you,
Gordon?
What did you call me?
just breaking the illusion.
He sounds so Michael Caine-ish.
I was just going to say that the every time we are introduced to one of these male bon vivants, that they're in trouble. They're in trouble and strife with their female counterparts for either pissing the bed once again or having sex with
Not a
somebody
joke.
else.
That's a line from the movie. Yep. Yeah. There's quite a few of like the way that whoever wrote and directed this, I think his name is Max Adams, believes that relationships is quite odd in this movie because everyone is so confrontational and angry. And anytime you meet a guy, a woman comes out from behind the back and is like, "Shut up! What are you talking about, you piece of shit?" And then he's like rolling his eyes as she's just berating him in front of all his friends who are trying to hire him for like a deathly murder heist.
Yeah, there's a lot of like marriage is terrible jokes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of look at these big titty idiot women. Let me lecture them about how they
That
can't
was one
spend
of
their
the
money.
weirdest scenes. So Bruce Willis's English henchman, who's trying to do an American accent, who we've seen like Terminator chasing people down and shooting at them and missing. He has one random scene where he shows up at Bruce Willis's cabana and he goes to the pool and there's like 8 blonde women just, sunbaking on the pool. I guess they're kind of his harem of women. And he goes like, "Hey, where's whatever Bruce Willis's character's called? Hey, where can I find him?" And they're all gossiping and talking and they're not listening to him. So he shoots an inflatable pool toy in front of them and then gets their attention. And then he starts being like, "Okay, what's your name? What are you doing here? How much money do you make? What do you do with your money?" And they're like, I buy nice shoes.
I buy shoes.
And then one of the other girls is like, "I got my tits done." And he's like, "The tits look good. Anyway, in 3 years, you hoes are going to be so old that we'll get some new hoes in here and you won't be worth anything. And fuck you." And he's just being really rude. And then he's just like, "So tell me, where's Bruce Willis?" And they're just like, "He's in the cabana." Like, you've come to his house and you've just looked at the pool instead of knocking on the door. And those girls are not in it for the rest of the movie.
Well, but at that point, he'd earned their respect because he's like, "Wow, he got us pegged."
Yeah. People love it when you like get into exactly who they are, break their souls down like that.
Hey, listen up, whore. You're spending your money all bad.
Yeah.
That scene was completely useless in the scheme of telling the story.
It just showed us that this guy was mean.
So sick.
It was cool, man.
It was sick. Look, honestly, there's just a bunch of fucking car chases and boat chases and truck chases, and they're all really, really boring and slow. And like when they stop that armored van, they pull out like a box full of diamonds, and they're like, "Yeah, hit the jackpot." But then they're also like, "But there's something else still in there," and Karen actually sneaks back onto the truck to get the real treasure, which, as far as I can tell, is like a key gen for like safes or something.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
some hardware
For like a
key gen.
Yeah.
Bigger safe with not just diamonds, but like red
diamonds.
diamonds.
Yeah. The way she describes them later on is that they're red diamonds. There's 100 of them, and they're worth $5 million each.
Wow.
$5 million a carat. $1 million a carat. They have 5 carats, and there's 100 of them. She does like the quick, like this quick algorithm to them, because he's like, "How much is it worth? If you were going to give me 30 mil, there must be like," he goes, "at least 50 mil or 70
It's got to be
mil,
at least 33 mil.
And then she goes,
31 mil.
"$500 million." And then she does this algorithm. See, there's 5 carats per diamond, and there's 100 diamonds. And then, you're like, okay, whatever. There's a lot more money out there than the $5 million that they just won.
So this will be the final heist. If they can get this
One last
if
job.
they can get the red diamonds, then they can pay back Bruce Willis and get him off their back. Because I don't know, I think that was the thing, that he was going to kill her because she owed him money. And then they can go live. This is Karen and the main protagonist, Crisp Rat. And
Crisp Rat.
Crisp Rat. and they can go live in some awesome house on the beach and retire on their red rubies.
But remember, he still is in love with this vet side character who he has pulled in to be involved in some of these shootouts, but he has a kind of on and off thing with his ex who's trying to trick him to come back and do this heist, and they're criminals together.
So they pull together their team again. You've got the unreliable driver who's crazy and drunk all the time.
Yeah.
And he pissed the bed.
Yeah.
You've got the man who I'm not sure what his role was, but his Texan hick wife is real ditzy and hates him. You've got Sniper Lady, who's a young 19-year-old model and is sarcastic.
Well, she has a face scar.
And a face scar.
That sometimes is just drawn on, sometimes it looks pretty good.
So sometimes I couldn't tell if I thought at one point there were two girls who looked the same because it didn't look like she had a scar in one of the scenes.
I was like, oh, there's two of them. Like, no.
Yeah, and then Declan ran me down the wrong path. He was like, yeah, no, they're different people. I'm like, what?
I honestly thought you meant Karen and the young girl were the same person.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say, no, those are two different women. In the scene we're watching, they're talking to each other right now, and you were like, what?
Is she like
no,
talking to herself? Is that like
she has a scar in one half?
Like, is that like two of them? Is that like the same person?
I mean, this is the level of guy I'm dealing with week in, week out on this podcast, people.
I like the bloke.
So they put together.
I like the bloke who kept saying, "Oh, you're gonna have to give me another holiday." You know?
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Great
now
gag.
it's 2, now it's 3, now it's 4. So when's it gonna bloody end with this guy?
You owe me another vacation. And then at the end of the movie, he went on a vacation and he called his friend up on FaceTime just to say, you still owe me 2 vacations. It's like, dude, enjoy the one that you're on. You're in the lobby of what looks like a beautiful hotel.
What I will say I really liked about that scene is that he's like, hey, I shaved. It's like, yeah, obviously. And then I'm like, what is this? And it's like, oh, after the movie, they were like, we're doing a fun thing.
Yeah.
Just send us in videos.
We
that
need
you
a bit
should.
more stuff to fill out the credits. And then we also added outtakes to a movie that was not a comedy movie.
So
and
weird.
outtakes. And they weren't good outtakes. Like, it was like the classic, just like, oh, we have to wait for that plane. Like, we could hear this plane in the boom mic. Let's just wait till it goes.
Yeah, you can't have a blooper reel where all of the bloopers are, ha, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, can I have my line again, please? Like, that's the least funny thing, is just watching an actor be like, sorry, what? I forgot my line. And then there was one where the Karen character was like eating some chicken or something, and she stumbled or whatever, and you just heard the other guy who was on screen, the main guy, just say something like, do you want me to shove it up your ass?
Yeah,
No, he was like,
weird.
can I see your ass? But in this very aggressive, I don't know, that was very strange.
Yeah. The first blooper was just a sexual harassment.
When I was getting feedback from Morgan on Cargo Unlimited, he was saying that he reckoned the reason I wasn't in any of the bloopers was because it was part of my contract. Like, no, don't put me in that shit at the end. I was livid. I actually did some really funny shit on set, and they didn't like the chess thing. The chess thing, I was like you say, snakes and ladders. I had all sorts of kit with me. We were doing backgammon. We were doing jazz, which is a special card game.
Jazz
I invented.
Jackrabbit.
Jazzrabbit.
Do you think Bruce Willis didn't have any bloopers just because he nailed every line
think
every
so.
time?
'Cause he's a
he just-
consummate
He was a
professional.
professional, and he just absolutely crushed it. And they're like, we got nothing. We want Bruce to be in the bloopers, but he's given us nothing.
I would say that it was more like he was like bullying production assistants in the middle of takes, being like, it's a latte. It's a latte. What's wrong?
Is that true, Bruce? Are you the type of piece of shit to abuse a production assistant on set?
Well, absolutely. But, I mean, going back to the whole bloopers thing, I did perform like a consummate performer would. But as I say, you've got to go in, okay, let's get a couple bloopers now. Let's do that. Like, that was the game at the end there. And unfortunately, none of my shit made it in, as I say. Livid.
Hey, so we know all about, well, you know, we've spent a good 40 minutes now with you, Bruce. So we know all about Bruce Willis. But I was thinking to myself just last night, what would Bruce Wontus sound like? I think he'd sound a little bit like this. I'm not gonna die hard. I'm not Looper. I won't die hard a second time.
With a vengeance.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, who turned out the lights? I can't see dead people.
Yeah. This is I won't have a sixth sense. I'll just have the regular 5. Thank you very much.
Did you know Hayden's motto for his sex life is the exact opposite of Die Hard? Live soft. And we all have mottos for our sex life.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you haven't got a motto for your sex life, you're up shit creek without a paddle.
Without a motto.
Love it. Love Schitt's Creek. You boys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it.
No, it's good.
Why?
Seen the show.
Good.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, I don't know. I might just have to put them in their place. Put them. show them who's boss.
Schitt's Creek. What about Fucks River?
Bruce loved
He's
it.
got me.
I finally got one. Got one through the goalpost.
Bruce laughed so hard his hair grew back.
They say laughter's the best medicine. If I just keep it up, maybe I'll return to my old self.
I don't think so, Bruce. I think what you've got is terminal, mate.
I think I'm crack, boys. I think I'm crack.
Oh, Bruce,
Is that a shot
you
at
egg.
how your head looks like an egg?
Looks like an egg. Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
I go in. I say, give me the egg.
Now you've done a few of none that have gotten to the toughest crew in town, the Rotten Boys. But
This is
there
your first appearance on the pod in
yeah.
a movie that made our Bible, the 0% critic rating film.
I appreciate that.
But I will say, you have made an extraordinary amount of these in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
It started slow. It's happening to a few people. Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
Arnie, Sylvester Stallone.
And we've heard so much about Liam Neeson lately. I
Yeah.
wonder what Liam Elboson might sound like. I think he'd sound a little bit like this. I'm Liam Neeson.
I think it was Elboson.
I have
Elboson.
elbow. I got tennis elbow. That's my Irish Liam Neeson. Elboson.
It's very funny. You might say he's the funny
you.
bone of the family.
Yes.
The elbow.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
You get it?
That's cool.
Sorry, Mitch, you were saying something. A
you
lot
know
of celebrities on the downturn. Some of them with knees, some of them with elbows. Go on.
I'd been paying attention to this trend because I do find it pretty funny. A lot of these movies are pretty funny. But Bruce, we spotted the earbud before, and I'm glad that
I think you mean to say airbud.
we spotted Airbud before. We know you've been going to the courts. We know what you've been doing to him.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well,
what
so
earbuds?
in his later films, before he retired, you could see that he had an earpiece. They were feeding him lines during shots. Now, with all the stories,
They were feeding me more than lines, Mitchell. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it there.
bloody, too many eggs for you, mate. Come on, those production assistants, they can't take it anymore.
Hey, what
No,
if,
go on. They're feeding me lines. Yeah.
And Bruce Willis's head is an egg, and I've heard it's a little bit scrambled lately.
Well, I felt bad because if this movie, I saw it before I found out about that, I'd be going hard into him and being like, "Oh, what is his brain not work?" His brain doesn't work the way it used to, and it seems like he just did a ton of these. He did a ton of these to make as much money as possible, for he literally couldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did play Spike in Rugrats Go Wild. Yes.
You did.
Yes, that's true.
With
I
the
played
Wild
the dog.
Thornberries.
Yep. I know that question was coming, so I just thought I'd get ahead of it.
And I've got one question. Is it true you played Bruce Willis in Ocean's 12?
I was hoping we'd get to that. Yep, that was a bit convoluted, but I was... So let's break it down. Ocean's 12, Julia Roberts plays a pretty key character. She's sort of the femme fatale opposite George Clooney. But what we don't know is that in the universe of Oceans, and this is true of the original Frank Sinatra Rat Pack version as well, Julia Roberts actually exists as a person as well. So, when Julia Roberts' character comes to a casino to meet up with the femme fatale George Clooney playing opposite Julia Roberts, we see that they're actually confused because Bruce was there, and he goes, Julia, it's me. I go, Julia, it's good to see you. What's going on? But I don't know. It's not Julia. It's Julia Roberts' character. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean because I've seen it. Hayden has a blank
I have
expression.
absolutely no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I did watch Ocean's 11, but
Basically,
I thought
in
there were only
Oceans,
seven
there's
oceans.
3 oceans and then there's a female Ocean's 8. But what he's saying is Julia Roberts plays a character who other characters throughout Ocean's 12 say, you know, you look a bit like her. And she's like, no, I don't. And then she meets the real Julia Roberts and they have like a people and Bruce Willis sees her and is like, hey, Julia, it's you. And it's not her. It's the actress Julia Roberts playing a character who's not Julia Roberts, but the real Julia Roberts exists in the movie as well.
This sounds awful.
So I was
Sounds
going to say
awesome.
it sounds like a rip rotten
The
time.
same thing happens in The Nanny season 6 where the nanny meets the actress Fran Drescher.
No, I like that.
And they have a scene where they're both like, oh my God, I love your voice. And it's just her like talking to herself.
Why can't we watch that instead of this movie?
Yeah, that's when I started to crack. That whole Ocean's 12 reality meets fantasy thing. I was like, oh, I can't take this. And, you know, speech started deteriorating from there.
Oh no. That was Bruce Willis watched Ocean's 12 and he was just like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Yep, you got
I'm
it.
talking about Julia Roberts to Julia Roberts.
I appreciate that.
After the scene, he's like, you told me that scene was with Julia Roberts. I watched the movie. You lied to me.
They just keep saying, no, it was her, but it's not her.
So, you know, after that in real life, when we'd bump into each other, you know, we'd bump into each other at the Golden Globes and stuff like that. And I'd be like, are you Julia Roberts? And
Yeah.
I started getting very, very paranoid. My neuroses really picked up after that. Yeah. It wasn't good.
Are there any like points of this movie we really want to hit? Because there were tons of funny dialogue bits, but we didn't take notes because we were just too busy enjoying the ride.
Oh, this was a struggle compared to the last film I watched for this podcast, which was way more enjoyable.
That one was very silly. And it was an ensemble. Well, this is more like a collection of
Of actors and characters.
yeah, no one's particularly close. No one has to really get into each other. I will say that all the line delivery was very funny, especially the monotone girl.
Yeah.
She couldn't say
she would
fuck
say the
normally.
F word so much. Yeah. You better not fucking do that again or I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the tone was really confused through the whole film. I think to begin with, I wasn't sure whether it was trying to be a comedy or trying to be funny or trying to be. And I think it was trying to be funny, but it didn't work. It was really, really not.
I think it was just trying to be like an action comedy, like a Shane Black kind of thing. And there was a lot of like two people shooting at the bad guys while like yelling at each other. Like, you gave me the bad gun.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that gun. And the thing that embarrassed me about that is that those lines are in Me and My Mates vs. the Zombie Apocalypse as well. Matt and Andy are shooting paintballs and like, you gave me the shit gun. So I'm like, this is good. And Hayden's like, this movie sucks. This dialogue's so bad.
Well, okay, but in your defense, there is, at least in Me and My Mates, it's like no one's shooting back. You know,
Okay. Yes.
there is like
true.
a stock standard, like
A
we
lot
need
more
to
of it.
figure out a good approach, not just like we're in a river, we're going to stay here for
Yeah.
at least 7 minutes of just shot of shooting back and forth every 2 minutes. A guy gets shot.
It's two people facing each other while every now and then pointing their gun to the side but not looking and trying to shoot the people who are shooting them.
And it's loud as fuck.
Yeah.
You can't hear what the fuck is happening.
There's wind and water and boat engines and guns, like bullets flying everywhere and just no one's getting hit. And sometimes they're within 5 meters of each other and they're still not hitting each other.
So many wasted bullets. One thing that I
Unlike
will
Columbine.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
One
Damn
thing I
it.
will mention is that the music or the score in this film was so annoying and it was too loud all the time. All the sentimental scenes had these stupid fucking sentimental violin-y music too loud, and then it was like the action scenes and it was kind of it was
Do you remember how the end song that had the harmonicas as well?
Funnily enough, I did. In between finishing the movie and pissing out of my dick into the toilet, and then coming back into the studio to do this lovely podcast, the harmonica line was just looping in my head. And I was just like trying to stop myself from singing it. And now I can't remember how it goes. So I guess
I
it's
do
gone.
like how women were
the
represented
Lord.
in this movie. I mean, we touched on it a little bit earlier, but
I bet you do. Bruce.
Complete
apart
shrews.
from before we realised that the pregnant woman was actually pregnant with diamonds, she proves that you actually can get on a boat and engage in high octane shooting back and forward and put your life
Yeah.
at risk, even if you are 9 or 8 months pregnant. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't doubt
Yeah.
yourself. You're pregnant? No, go. Do it. Live your life.
When that actress showed up and she had like a belly and she was like, the baby's yours. And she's showing enough. I don't know if you'd say maybe she was like 4 or 5 months along or something.
Sure.
Hayden and I just keep looking at her and being like, she's not pregnant. She has like the most well-defined jawline. Her wrists are so skinny that you can see the tendons when her fingers move. And then she's pretending to be pregnant. And then at some point they show that it's diamonds. And we're like, yeah, we didn't believe she was pregnant for a second.
Well, hold on. Okay. But I mean, this is a 0% movie. I would have just thought, yeah, of course she's not pregnant. She's an actress. And they didn't put any effort into like making it seem like she gained weight.
Yeah, but me and Hayden had a better eye. We trusted in the movie that they would have legitimately shown her gaining pregnancy weight if she was really pregnant, and the only reason they didn't is because the whole thing was a trick.
And in the reality of the movie, Chris Pratt, surely when he was fucking her, would have realised at some point, oh, that's diamonds. That's not a baby.
Yeah, why do you make such a rattling sound when we're having sex?
Did they have? They did have sex. They did have
No,
sex.
did they have sex?
They made
they
out.
have
They
sex?
made out a lot. They like full on kissed quite a
Have
bit.
I
so
had sex?
Wait a minute.
he would have rubbed up against her diamond pouch at some point.
Oh, look, who hasn't rubbed up against a diamond patch once or twice in their long-legged life?
Are you happy to see me, or is that just
it's-
a pouch of diamonds in your uterus?
You struggling with something under the table? What's
I'm just
happening?
constantly entwined in cables.
The cable guy, back at it again.
It's me. Hey, let's talk about Sonic 2. There's a movie I watched that I enjoyed more than this.
I didn't see Sonic 2.
2 is a film about a hedgehog who is blue who lives in Green Hills. In the second movie, Sonic 2, he makes a new friend who is called Tails, who comes back to Green Hills to tell him that Dr. Robotnik will come back from the Mushroom Planet. Also, there is another character who is called Knuckles the Echidna. He is red. He has big knuckles and can climb the mountains fast. Knuckles is a bad guy to begin with, but eventually
Oh, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
find out that he's actually responsible for the mass murder of 20 children at Columbine Primary School. Thank you for listening to my speech. Are there any questions?
Did they go to the chemical plant?
No, they've done, in all seriousness, Morgan, they've done a good job of
What did you call me?
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck, dude.
I said, in all serious, organ, and then I grabbed my pancreas, which is hurting.
That's what I thought.
They do, I don't know, for some reason it works for me. They do some of those sort of callbacks to the computer game or for the Sega games. And there was one point where Knuckles is stuck underwater and Sonic is going down to save him. And there's this big bubble of water, this big bubble coming up from the bottom of the water, and he sticks his head in it and slurps all the air from the bubble into his lungs so he can stay underwater longer, which is something
That's
that you can
sick.
do in the water levels of Sonic.
Hey,
That was pretty good.
The way you did that Sonic summary for us, that was like a school presentation for a primary school kid or something.
Thank you.
It reminded me that we used to have a thing called the sharing circle, where in year 3 or 4, after a weekend on a Monday morning, you would have to share what you did on the weekend. So everyone would sit in a circle and they just go around kid by kid. And mostly it's pretty boring. I may have told this story in the podcast 2 years ago, but anyway, I'm going to tell it again. Mostly it's just I played in the park with my dad, or I went to the zoo or whatever. And then one kid was just yep. So, found out that my mum isn't actually my mum, and the person that I thought was my grandma was my mum. And, so I don't even have the same last name. And this was a 10-year-old
my
kid,
God.
and he just fully unloaded, and he was arms crossed, just giving us the attitude of, my entire life has been upended this weekend, right? And then he finishes, and then I'm next, and I'm just so I played with the dog, and
I got a horsey. Nay.
Yes, well.
Yeah, it's like Desmond learned to read the room. I mean, even in grade 3, I had those skills, locked down. That's why I am who I am. That's how
He couldn't read words, but he could read the room.
Bruce, don't say lockdown. You'll give me hypothermia. I mean, PTSD.
COVID.
Sorry, I'm
COVID.
sorry.
COVID.
God damn it,
I'll give you
PTSD.
COVID.
Fuck. Do you remember? How crazy is it?
How crazy is it?
How
How
crazy,
crazy
is it?
is it? Lockdown was so cool, man. When we had lockdown, we got so many people on the
Declan,
podcast.
don't say lockdown. You'll give me hepatitis B.
Don't.
PTSD. Sorry.
Hep B. You boys got your Hep B shots this year?
Yeah. I've got my MGMT as well.
Could not wait
Electric
for
feel.
my Hep B. Yeah.
All right. So Precious Cargo was an action film starring a guy from Saved by the Bell, Bruce Willis, and some models that hadn't acted before.
Oh, and Karen was in Mystery Men and Meet Joe Black, the movie where Brad Pitt does patois.
Who was she in,
okay.
Mystery Men?
In Mystery Men, she's the waitress who dates Ben Stillman.
Benetton Stillman.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
You
saying.
have no idea what it
Um,
is.
and we've heard so much about Ben Stiller lately. Like, I wonder what Ben Fluider would sound like. Ben Movementer.
Ben,
Okay.
I see. Ben Not So Stiller.
Did you know Ben Stiller is my favorite motherfucker? Limp Biscuit reference. Limp Biscuit reference. Has anyone got any funny moments from this movie they want to quickly relay?
I was genuinely thinking, like, is there anything from this movie? Because
The closing titles, fantastic. Yeah, like you
opening
say,
credits as well. Remember the opening credits?
Opening credits.
They were like a TV show. Hayden said they were a bit like a reality show. I thought they could be like, I've never even seen the show Justified, but it seemed like the type of, like
It's
True
a-
Detective or something.
To me, it seemed more like the Real Housewives of
Yeah.
fucking where were we again? Florida? No.
Mississippi.
Of Mississippi. It was like, freeze frames, and you might as well have had like the main characters freeze frame on them, and they say a quippy line from
Yeah.
later on in the movie, and then it moves on to the next one.
And the weird thing was the credits came right after the opening sequence where our main character had his interaction with the gangsters and the arms deal gone wrong. And he was the only character we'd basically seen that would continue to be in the movie. But it showed every other main character in the movie, and then it showed
and shots
things
from the movie.
Had showed guns shooting diamonds, and it went for like 3 minutes.
That was actually sick, yeah.
And then it showed, it was one of those full credits. It was like music supervisor by, and like all the long credits. It wasn't just like the 3 main actors in the movie that sometimes they'll do. So we thought that they were just trying to pad that runtime a little bit, because this, fortunately, is a tight 90. This movie doesn't outstay its welcome.
It didn't.
No, it definitely does.
It didn't
100%
drag. It didn't take a long time. It was just the scenes, the actual action scenes were the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, I agree
Like
with
the
that.
diet, like
Just-
I wanted the talking scenes. They
I
were
didn't
really
want
funny.
any of the movie. The whole thing blew.
I thought it was pretty
appreciate
good. I found this one way more watchable than many of the films we've had on the list.
Yeah, I can deal with hick couples screaming at each other, being like, "I hate you and I hate our children. I hope you fucking die." Like that was fun. I laughed.
Speaking of movies on the list, wasn't I in Look Who's Talking To, doing the voice of one of the babies?
You were.
He's right.
You're right,
Was
Bruce.
This
You
is
were.
Bruce Willis is the baby in Look Who's Talking.
No,
No,
dog.
not in our one, because
We
that
watched
was
the
the
dog
animal
ones.
one.
Is he the baby?
It was
Yeah,
Danny
no,
DeVito.
Danny
wasn't
DeVito
it?
was the dog, but Bruce Willis was the baby,
But the baby
I
wasn't
thought
in
the
the one
baby
we
wasn't
watched.
in this one.
wasn't he?
No, it was just about dogs.
I think I'm a baby.
Was ours Look Who's Talking Now? I think ours was Look Who's Talking Now.
I mean, we could be wrong. The one with the, I was just going to say dog cum. There is a scene with the dog
the opening
segment.
scene was dog cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched Look Who's Talking Now, which was 2 dogs. And I don't think Bruce Willis did a voice in that one. But we did have Danny DeVito and Diane Keaton.
We watched a Bruce Legacy film.
Right, it was like a sequel to a movie he'd done a voice in. And one of our many John Travolta films.
Johnny boy. We still have one more, don't we?
At least one more.
Oh my god! I'm
What
so
if?
excited.
What if? Look
Wait, who's in Gotti? Is he in Gotti?
Yeah.
He's in Gotti?
Okay, sweet, yeah.
What if Look Who's Talking Now was set in a place that looks after blind people, and it's just a bunch of blind people standing in a circle talking to each other and constantly go, "Look, who's talking now? Look, who's talking now?" And
Does it still have dog cum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're standing around a pool of dog cum. Look who's talking now.
That's what Matthew Perry said we should do when we were on the set of whole
10
9 yards. No, he
10.
saved it for whole 10 yards. he said back then I was going to say it to you, but we hadn't built the rapport, so we waited to whole 10 yards to bring that one out. It was a good suggestion, whatever it was that you said before.
I've never seen the whole 9 yards, but I did
pretty
see the
good.
whole 10 yards in cinemas.
I saw it in a hotel once, and I didn't know what it was, and I ended up watching the whole thing. But I was young, dumb, and full of dog cum.
Guys, I'm getting sicker. What did you rate this movie?
I'm gonna give this movie a 6.1.
Whoa! What the
Yeah,
fuck?
man.
What are you talking
Really?
about?
I liked it better than Left Behind.
Yeah,
with
you're
Nick
fucking
Cage.
crazy.
this more
Left
than Left
Behind
Behind?
went off.
Dude. I
Dude,
liked
Left
it.
Behind was fucking
It
sick.
was so good.
The
know
shot where
what?
she's hugging the kid and he's just gone and she's hugging clothes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
banging.
bad.
Bruce, you're gonna love it.
All right, Mitch, I'll pass then back to you to give me a chance to criticize you in return for what you just said to me about my score for Cargo Shorts or whatever it was
Cargo
called.
pants.
Precious cargo.
2.7, and I think that's pretty fair because no, you know what? 3.2
Okay, well,
just for the funny dialogue. But yeah, just just every fucking shot, reverse shot, where the color timing's different each time.
Oh yeah, the
And
movie
it's-
looked like shit as well.
Yeah.
It's just, it starts to turn into one of the Breaking Bad Mexico scenes.
I appreciate that.
Where everything's
all right.
yellow.
Well,
and
I've
then
got the
suddenly
scores
it's
in front
green.
of me, so let me just have a quick fucking go at you for that. So you've given it
3.2.
3.2. Here are movies that you thought were better than that movie.
Okay.
1,000 Words with Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
I'll give that. Mine was higher too. You also gave Transylvania a 4.2.
I still think better than this.
I was laughing, not always, not always because it was good, but I was having a raucous good time.
You gave Super Babies 2 a 4.
That had a scene
Super
with
babies.
a little person dressed up kicking a bunch of people dressed as a baby.
You gave The Fanatic a 5.3.
Oh, that
Are you
movie kicked
fucking
ass.
kidding me? That rocked. I would watch.
That was sick. That was sick.
All
We
right.
need to just do like a John Travolta roundup where we rewatch all the Johnny.
You,
Johnny Boys.
you gave
trying
a
to
higher rating to the very excellent Mr. Dundee.
Also better.
Are you kidding me? That yeah, hell yeah, and it stars Nate from Euphoria. I was there first. You know,
Oh, you also gave Jaws the Revenge a higher rating than this movie we just watched.
I'm actually not going to be able to. That's like the second one we did, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Maybe your scale hadn't quite
We
equalized.
I remember when I said that X vs. Sever, I was like, I'm going to give this an 8, and then Zach was like, what?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, if the Prestige is a 10, and I sort of regressed into my own body. I was like, oh, I need to figure this out.
All right. Well, Mitch is going with a 3.2. Should we go to Bruce Willis and then let Hayden finish us out tonight?
Yes, Brucey. But before you give us a score, I think you have a funny story about a little score you had to settle on set of this film.
With Ving Rhames.
Yeah, to stab him.
Yeah, but you and he still get along.
Yeah, I mean, who couldn't love him?
Bruce, you're a gem. You're a challenge. You're a challenge. But
What?
Bruce, you're a heart of gold and a challenge.
And without any bias, Bruce, what do you give the film Precious Cargo starring yourself for 13 minutes out of 10?
This movie sucked. 1.4.
How was the paycheck?
And Hayden, if you of all people, were to give a score out of 10 to Precious Cargo, an action film starring Bruce Willis and a guy from Saved by the Bell that went for 90 minutes and was made in 2016, or came out in 2016 at least, what would you give it?
1.1.
1.1. Are
Whoa.
you fucking insane, dude? Are you
This is your
I think
lowest
this is the
score.
worst. Read all the movies that
What
we've watched.
did
This is the
you
worst
just
one.
call me?
Dude, 1.1 I'm pretty sure is your lowest score.
That is your lowest
This was-
score.
yeah.
I've
This is
never.
unbearable.
Dude, we have watched some absolutely painful
What's that
films.
one? I see a 1 there. Morgan gave a 1 to Police Academy 4. Better than this.
Dude,
I don't know.
Your lowest score besides this is a 2 that you gave to Wagons East. Wagons East went for 2 hours.
Oh.
Still think that had more redeeming features than this. This was shit. This was so boring.
What do you
Wagon-
mean? It was a
It was
tight
bo-
90.
but
There
it was
was
Wagons East had a lot
Bruce
of different
Willis.
set pieces and was
I mean, Wagons East was pretty bad, but
bad.
this
but-
was very bad.
You gave The Ridiculous 6 a 2. You gave Pinocchio a 2.
Okay, I didn't finish The Ridiculous 6. Maybe that was worse than this. Pinocchio and Ridiculous 6. All right, well, I'll match them, I suppose.
No, Pinocchio was wistful. We've got so many, the babies and all these different elements in different movies. This one just sucked, and who knows what the story was at any point.
No.
They were just doing a
You know what?
heist, getting some
was,
diamonds.
This was. Have you guys seen Miami Vice from like 2005?
Yeah.
Oh,
this
no.
was on par. This was exactly like that. This it may as well have been the same movie. Total shit.
But isn't that a movie people like?
No,
No.
it's like a
Man.
really,
No,
really
it was,
bad.
It was
film.
like Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx, and it was like
It's all shot on like handycam,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
digital
It's
cameras.
all grainy
It looks
and shit.
terrible,
Yeah.
and but also the sound levels are wrong, and I had no idea what was going on at any point. It's
yeah, for a
the
movie
same
with a
shit.
lot of yelling, you'd expect to be able to hear things that people were saying.
That's right.
Oh, you guys talking about Miami Vice?
Yes.
Oh,
Miami.
yeah.
Yeah.
Miami
The
Vice.
Italian classic, Colin Farrell with a ponytail. All right, let's have a quick talk about what's coming up, because we never know. This may be the last episode we ever do.
Certainly will be the last one I do.
All right, guys. Well, I'm off. I'll see you blokes later.
Fuck you.
All right. We've got coming up on the list.
He can hang up at any point.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, it's me. I'm back. I hope.
Oh, Morgan
Bruce
back.
Bogtrotter.
Sorry, I.
From my favourite film, Round the Twist.
What did I miss? I just finished the movie.
Yeah, thoughts.
Thoughts?
Yeah,
1.4. This movie sucked. So what are we going to talk about the movies that we've got on the list next? Is that it?
got some coming up.
We're getting to the tail
1,
end of
2,
things.
3, 4,
so
5. I think I can see
I
5.
count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Damn it.
And then I think there's maybe one up here that we
don't
haven't been
say
able to watch.
that.
No.
So the movies I can see.
Derailed. That was a film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, I missed Derailed.
I like this more than Derailed. Stratton
So
from 2017.
the David Stratton biopic about how he met Margaret.
No, it's that would be sick. And how he's had a crush on her for like 80 years. No, it's a British action thriller film directed by Simon West. So I think it's going to be
Simon West.
probably quite similar to what we just watched, but English.
Wait, what's he done?
What has Simon West done? Oh, I'm going to have to click his name on Wikipedia to find
Yeah.
that out, Mitch.
Is it
Quick,
he-
buy me some time. Hayden, do an impression of something.
Okay.
I saw Bruce on the way out. Was he good?
Okay, wait. Here's some Simon West movies. He's
I
done some
like
big
his
ones.
films.
Con Air,
Yeah, yes. Oh man, I'm excited now,
the first Tomb Raider from 2001,
dude. This is gonna be a fucking banger.
The Mechanic, which is skinny Christian
Oh, that
Bale.
rocks.
Oh yeah, no, that's the machinist.
Oh, okay.
The mechanic is like
Mechanic is
Jason
fat
Statham.
Christian Bale.
Statham,
Yeah. And he also did The Expendables 2, which may have a
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Willis. Bruce Willis
Yes,
might
it
show
does.
up
It
in that
does.
one.
And Arnie as well.
Oh, whoa.
During the same-
Franco?
Dude, here we go. This is the big one. We're talking Simon West. Before his film career, he served as the director for music videos, including one of the highest watched music videos of all time, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This guy directed Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
I'm not gonna get okay. I don't want to get my hopes up, just in case this movie is boring.
I don't want to get your
Well,
hopes
it's
up.
gonna be. It's a
Sound like
0%er.
No, bad, yes, but boring. I don't think so. Con Air, come on.
So that's what we got to look forward to. That's Stratton. That's next on the list. We could maybe try and get a guest for that, like Bruce Willis level at least. What else do we have? We have some crazy movies in the tail end of this
So many
thing.
movies.
So after Stratton in 2017, we've got Gotti in 2018.
Yeah.
I know,
Right.
I know Zach Ruane
John
was keen for
Travolta.
that one. We have one called London Fields. I don't know anything about London Fields from 2018.
Never heard of it, no.
Then we've got John Henry, which
What
is
the fuck is it?
it's a film with Terry Crews. It's an American thriller drama. I think that'll be fun. Then we get a movie called The Last Days of American Crime,
I did hear about that.
which I think was on Netflix, I believe. I nearly ended up accidentally watching it once. I was like, oh yeah, and because Netflix doesn't show you the Rotten Tomatoes scores, it just shows you like the Netflix does this match your tastes kind of thing.
Right, right.
And so I clicked into it and I was like, I've heard of this movie. And this was during COVID and I was just watching everything. And then I looked it up and it was like, this is a 0%.
Don't say COVID. You'll give me the
MGMT.
Shingles.
morning sickness.
And then we've got a movie called Hard Kill. So there's 3 2020 movies in here that came out, which is
320 movies.
No,
It's not even a number.
oh, hold on.
3,200.
Look, guys, Hard
32,000.
Kill from 2020 stars Bruce Willis.
For
He's
real?
back.
Oh,
He makes a
Brucey.
second appearance in the list. So that's what you got to look forward to. There's also a movie called Constellation from 2005 that we have not been able to get
So
our hands on.
seven more.
But if anyone can find it and send it to us,
Yeah, if someone wants to buy the American DVD or something, we can finish this fucking godforsaken podcast, boys. It hurts. It hurts so much.
so that doesn't sound like there's many movies left. Other than,
There's like 7, yeah.
I think, Dark Crimes is one that we never.
Yes, that's true. That's the
There's
other
8.
The
one.
lost episode.
And the worst
yeah.
part is I've watched Dark Crimes because
you
we
watched
were
it months
set
ago.
to do the episode like 6 months ago.
Is that the prequel to Sonic?
Yeah,
It does have Jim
It's the
Carrey.
origin story
Yeah.
of
Can we do a
Dr.
double
Robotnik.
feature then? Can we go Sonic and then right into Dark Crimes?
Sonic's good, man.
Or
I like
Dark Crimes
Sonic.
into Sonic?
Now, do I have to watch the movie again to know what happened, or can I just host the episode from
I think
memory?
it's safe
Hey,
to
why
watch
don't you
it
just
again.
do the episode by yourself after
It's
this?
safer to watch it because you don't know. They
And
might
then I
have
don't have
changed
to.
it. They might have,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they might have done like a George Lucas remix.
Yeah, they
updated
might have
some
put
CGI.
Watto in it in the background.
All right, can we end the podcast? I fucking hate doing it. I love seeing you guys. I love hanging out with you.
I love Bruce Willis.
Yeah. I mean,
Same.
when I was coming in, I saw him on the way out, and he said it was an absolute pleasure being on the podcast with you guys. And he'd like to come back if you would have him.
He wouldn't say that.
Maybe for Hard Kill, he can make another appearance. If that ends up being our last episode, we should have some sort of special, like, get every
Get 'em all
guest
back.
back in to say
Who
something.
we had Al Pacino, bloody
Andrew O'Keefe.
Jack Black Nicholson.
We should get a bunch of crystal meth.
Oh,
Get Michael
Now.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, Crystal Method Man.
Oh man.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan Peterson. Well, when I went up,
100% of the shots you do not take. Being on the court, you see a man's eyes, you see fear.
I said, Scotty, pass me the ball. I take the shots here. And it's been a while. It's been a while since. It's been a while.
It's incomprehensible. It's inconceivable.
To see men dribbling balls through the air, leaping like...
I mean, you just don't see it. These boys, they've never been told they can bounce a basketball before. And here I am. I tell them that they can bounce a basketball, and it's enough to bring you to
It's
tears.
wrong.
Hey, and you tell him, okay? Bloody hell. That thing is bouncing.
It's all wrong. The
And so
sheer
they
bloody
tell me
mindedness.
that I can't take a shot, and I said, "Yeah, right, Bucko."
It's like, yeah, right, Bucko. Sure, you can implement that physiologically, maybe even philosophically, but on the court, the sheer bloody mindedness of it, it's wrong. It's just wrong.
We're basketball players here. We're not lobsters in a bucket climbing over each
I mean,
other.
sure, maybe we could be.
Dennis
I
Rodman.
mean, maybe we are. Who could say? I mean, you could say that, sure. But How could I listen to... So we'll get Jordan Peterson, Jack Black Nicholson, Al Pacino.
My mommy told me.
My daddy got me
daddy.
back into Tenacious D. Ring-a-ding-ding, ding-a-ding-ding. Friendship is rare. Do you know what I'm saying to ya?
This is not the greatest bangers and mash in the world. This is Chinatown.
Bucko. All right, that's good. We're going to do it. See you on the next one of Truly Rotten Potatoes.
So there you go.
Also known as the Dreadful Movie Club.